MLA pension commission coming that Bob Jones keeps wondering about? You had said you'd have some sort of commission to study the impact of the changes in the pension and promised to look into it.
I'll have to check on where that's at, Jacques. I gave you 2 questions. You asked for a third. Okay.
So that's Premier Graham again saying, "Oh yeah, I forgot to check on that again. Let me, let me look into it." And by the way, Jacques, that's too many questions you're asking.
You're over your allotment of questions. Okay, so it doesn't sound like there's too much interest there. Where do things stand now, and what happens, Bob, if there's no review?
Well, if there's no review, then this temporary increase in pension benefits that MLAs voted themselves, I mean, it just becomes permanent. MLAs get to keep the money, and taxpayers will just have to keep pouring, money into the retirement plan to keep it running. But I did make one last inquiry on the issue. The MLAs who were supposed to strike this pension review sit on the Legislative Administrative Committee. There's some heavy hitters on that committee, including the Finance Minister, Greg Byrne, but his office refused to have him talk to me on this. In fact, all the MLAs on that committee decided that none of them should talk about it, and asked Legislature Clerk Lori Catali-Saunier to speak on their behalf. And so last week I asked her, where is this pension review?
Justice Ryan, in his report, he does say that salaries and benefits, at least his philosophy was that the salary, the benefits and pensions of MLAs should be attractive enough to attract quality candidates, but not be the reason for offering. So rather than looking at that in a piecemeal fashion, he recommended a comprehensive review.
And has the committee discussed that, whether or not to do that?
No, the committee has not discussed members' pensions at this time.
So that's the clerk of the legislature, Lori Catali-Saunier, saying 2 years after the passage of Bill 53, the committee still hasn't even discussed a pension review, despite Justice Ryan's clear recommendation, that they do so.
Robert, a few weeks ago we were doing a political panel, and Jack McDougall, the leader of the Green Party, said before we started the taping, he said to the other politicians around the table, he says, "You know what the most feared sentence in politics is, don't you?" And all the other politicians said, "No, what?" And Jack said, "The most feared sentence in politics in New Brunswick is, Robert Jones is on the line for you."
Oh, wow.
Nice compliment, eh?
Well, that is. My father used to say that when I'd call home from school looking for money.
Listen, I've sent out an email to the political parties and asking them that if they're okay with making the pension issue the subject of this week's political panel. So we'll see what the response is.
Yeah, I hope you have better luck than I did.
Yeah, me too. Thanks a lot, Robert.
All right, Terry.
That was the CBC's Robert Jones. It is 6 minutes before 8 o'clock. It's -2 in the provincial capital. If you would like to reach us during the show to comment on something that you've heard, maybe you'd like to comment on the MLA pension issue, you can reach us via email quite quickly. InfoAM, all one word, at fredericton.cbc.ca. And just a reminder to you that if you do send us an email that we use on the air, or if you do call the TalkBack machine and leave a call that we use on the air, then your name goes into our Listener of the Week draw, which we do every Friday at about 8:13. So if you'd like to win a fabulous Information Morning prize, give us a call or send us an email. Angela Chang.